Thanks for checking out our channel today, and what we're going to go over with you some really good information on how to install the content management system WordPress on a Godaddy web server. And this is fairly easy to do. The first step to doing all this is purchasing a domain. So that's going to be like your website address. So coca-cola.com or plantsvszombies.com. That just came to my mind because my son was playing it earlier. But purchase a domain is the first thing you're going to do, and you can do that on multiple websites. So I have a few pulled up here. HostGator is a real popular one. Network Solutions is another popular one, and of course GoDaddy. So you can do your research there. Normally they run about the same price, and that would be the first step to the process, is purchasing a domain. So the second step, and we're going to go through this list here, and then we're going to actually perform this. So the second step would be have a web server available to host the site. Now that can be done several ways. This particular tutorial, we're going to use a web server, which normally is sold on the same site you buy the domain. Or let's say you want to purchase a domain. You have a business, but you don't want to build a website. You want to have someone else build a website. You want to have someone else, host it somewhere. You want to host it externally, or you want to host it with some website company or whatnot. My advice to you was make sure you purchase the domain and you own it yourself. And from there, you can either host this server or host a website on a server internally in your business. You can also do it externally somewhere in the cloud, or you can also do it on some of the web servers from some of these domain sites like GoDaddy and HostGator. So that's an option there. The setup is a little bit different for both. So we're going to keep it real simple here. We're going to stick with the GoDaddy because that's what the tutorial is about. The third step is on the web server. When you log into GoDaddy, you log into managing your hosting account. There's going to be an application section, and you're going to actually go to the application section and install WordPress. Very easy to do. We're going to walk through that. And the final step is log in and start managing your content. So it's not something that takes too long. There are a few things that I'll do in between here because there's several setups. If you're doing your own site, or if you're building a site for someone, you have to change some information on the DNS record for this domain. So if I'm building a website for a neighbor and I'm going to host it, then I have to go to their record and make some changes. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and log into which you already have it pulled up. And just if you want some information and some examples of some of the work we do, check out our website at impressioninnovations.com. All right, so we have I have my web server here, one of my web servers. So we're going to go ahead and go to Manage. And it's going to launch the control panel. And GoDaddy's come a long way over the last couple of years. Their hosting services have improved drastically. Alright, so one thing I need to double check is to make sure the first step to all this is installing WordPress. Now you can always install WordPress and give a bogus address, but it's going to be an internal address to your web server. So what I want to do is go find my domain and make sure it's pointing to this web address. So this is the IP address of my website server. So let's go ahead and navigate back. May have to, there we go. Domains. Okay, here's some domains I have. Alright, so we're going to open up this one. It's got a bunch of test domains here I kind of used to do some building on. So here's our domain. So this is what they call a DNS record. So there's a few things you can do in here. We're just going to keep it simple. We're going to make sure it is pointing to the correct address. So the A record. So currently right now this domain, musicman1985.com, is pointing to this server. There's nothing there. So if we were to go to a website, it'd be completely empty. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the information from my web server. We're going to edit this record, and all we're going to do is simply paste and finish. And once you do that, it's going to ask you to save. Now, I'm not exactly sure how long this is going to take. Sometimes I've seen it take a minute. Sometimes I've seen it take 48 hours. So anytime you make a change to an A record, the next step of that is the domain site, the hosting site, has to actually propagate the record, push it through, and update it. They have a window of, I want to say 48 to 72 hours. Don't quote me on that, but I know for sure up to at least 48 hours, and I have seen it take that long. Hopefully during this tutorial it doesn't, but I will pause it just in case. Okay, so we have everything done here. Now we're going to go back to our hosting server. Okay, so what we'll do here is check our applications, and it's going to give you some. This is the real great thing about Control Panel. A lot of developers spend a lot of time developing some of these applications, and most of them are either trial runs or free software, complete package. MediaWiki, these are really great sites. Some popular sites related to a wiki would be like Reddit, and you have your content management systems down here. A lot of e-commerce type sites. Some of the other popular CMS platforms that are starting to really be utilized a lot lately is the Concrete 5, and Impress Pages is another one. So you got all your options here. So this is really great stuff. You can set up help desk tools and instant messaging, and really good stuff there. I've used some of it before. So we're going to go ahead and click on the WordPress. And what we're going to do is select install this application. It's going to load. I'm going to go to add-on domains. See it? Don't see it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add the domain here. Let's see what happens. Okay. It's loading. So basically what I just did there was I added that domain to my web server, and I should have did that previously. So let's go back and let's see if we now can install it. WordPress install. Let's see if we have it here. There we go. See, and what we want to do is we want to make sure we're not installing musicman1985.robertjacobs. That's the robertjacob.com is the actual address for my account. Here we go. This is the one we're looking for. I apologize for that mix-up there. And what I want to do is I don't want to select the www. I want to keep it to where across the board, if somebody goes to the browser and just types in musicman1985.com, it will take them straight to the site. So we're going to choose that. You can just really, actually I like to leave this blank. I do leave that blank. Version, we're going to keep this as is. Same thing with the agreement. Update minor version, security releases, that's always good to have checked. Do not update WordPress plugins automatically. I always keep that as do not, because every now and then you may have a theme, or you may have your version of WordPress, the plugin, if it's updated. And plugin is kind of like a snap-in, like a tool. Like if you want to have follow us and have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube links and whatnot. And you'll learn more about that as you get more sophisticated with WordPress. But you want to make sure that all your software is working together and on the right versions. So I leave everything as is here. Do not automatically. And this is one, make sure you leave this as is. And the more and more you get involved, you'll understand why. I've learned some very painful lessons by updating themes. So this is going to be your login here for the back end of the site. So we're going to make a generic login. Thanks, viewers. Okay, that's going to be my admin, and we'll type in a password here. I like to use a very, very strong password. Okay, and website title, my music website. Tagline, we'll leave that blank. And I leave, okay, well, can't be left blank. Thanks for checking us out. Okay, so what this is going to do, it's going to install the basic WordPress installation, which may or may not be available right away, depending on how that domain propagated. It's been a few minutes, so let's go ahead and install. So here we go. Now it's installing. We're going to go ahead and pause the video for a few minutes while this install takes place. We'll be right back. Alright, we are back, and wow, that I didn't pause that video for more than about 2 minutes, and that domain propagated very fast. And the music website is completely installed. WordPress is on it, and the default size is 27.8 megabytes. And let's go ahead and I'll quickly show you how to log in and maybe look up a theme so you can kind of get a little bit familiar with it. So let's go ahead and pull up another browser. Or we can, here we go, musicman1985.com. Okay, so here's this is what your website looks like right now. And obviously it's very, very dull. It needs a lot of work. So this is how we're going to log into this particular site. We're going to hit type this at the end of any WordPress site that you have this enabled on. It's going to take us to a nice login screen, and we're going to type in our username that we made during the installation. And it's going to take us to our dashboard. So this is what it looks like to log into a WordPress login. Now obviously this is very, very bare bone, bare installation, and there's really nothing here. So this is kind of what it looks like to do the content management system. And there you have it. We just installed WordPress on a Godaddy server, and you'll be able to access this this website from that web address, that musicman1985.com/wp-admin, and you can do that anywhere in the world. You can access your website and manage it. So it's a great tool to have. We definitely hope you enjoyed watching today, and I'll go ahead and leave this up for a little bit so you can take a snapshot of it. And I got my note down here. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, check out our blog and services at impressioninnovations.com, and kind of should give you a little tutorial on that. And you got a few different blog posts we have, and we're constantly updating this thing. This is one we actually posted today. It's kind of a good example for business owners, and you can check out our YouTube and watch how to do a little photoshopping and picture editing. So. And again, like I said, thanks for watching. Please leave your comments, reviews, or suggestions below. Thanks again.